Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host Indie Comics Jones. Today is September 9th, 2021. This is episode 405. Not All Robots is the comic we're looking at today. This is number 2 in the series coming out from Our Upshot. It comes in at a whopping $3.99 and it is for mature audiences only. The cover pretty not too exciting. You can see we've got the robots and the humans here, but it appears we have one robot that's malfunctioning, and that's what kind of happens. This is kind of the story of this. We've got a whole society of robots that are just doing all the jobs for the regular humans, and the humans have nothing to do. They're bored. They're kind of revolting a little bit. In the meantime, the robots, some of them are getting bored of what they're doing, the kind of work they're doing, and they're kind of, let's say, not doing the right things at times. So let's get into this right away. Let's talk about first who worked on this. We've got Mark Russell as the writer. Mike Deodato Jr. is the artist. Lee Lawridge is the colorist, and Steve Wands is the letterer. Cover artist is Raza. So this is a recommend, by the way. I am enjoying this intensely. Now, I might want to add that kind of my political agenda klaxon went off while reading this issue, but the issue is so good, I kind of suppressed that and just went with it here. It kind of goes back and forth on a lot of different things. And he may be working some kind of topical things into this storyline, but the storyline is so good and so much fun, I think that overshadows it. All right, so in the first issue we saw we got this family. They have a robot that goes out and does the work, has a living wage for them all to survive. Some of them love the robot. Some are kind of scared of him. His name's Razorball, and he is one of many. In the meantime, we have this subplot that in Disney World, Orlando, one of the robots shut off the ventilation, basically suffocating all the humans that were in there. And so there's going to be a trial on this particular robot. So we've also got this talk show, which is kind of interesting. They go back and forth. The host talks to the robot, and the robots in here are kind of wisecracking. So they also have a human in there just for like an interchange, kind of to bring up the point counterpoint type situation. And we have the robot that committed the suffocation act at Disney World talking to his defense attorney, who gives him a flash drive to give to the judge. And he walks off, like just kind of skipping along, basically. Comes into this demonstration in front of the courthouse. This thing is just a lot of fun, I'm telling you. He plugs in the thumbnail into the judge computer, and he pleads not guilty, and less than a second later, he finds out you're not guilty. And as he walks down, people are throwing things at him, but he just continues on like nothing is bothering him, while the robotic police show up to disperse the riot there. All right, so it's a lot of fun. Now we've got the family back at home. We've got the I don't know what the name. I don't know what their last names are. I can't remember, but the one father here he seems to be trying to connect with the family robot. The robot comes home. They ask him how his day was, and he says fine. He just doesn't want to talk. He just wants to go off on his own. So the family's kind of not knowing what to do. In the meantime, they have a robotic therapist that talks to them too, discussing the family dynamic they have, and gives some kinds of computerized advice, let's just say. At Mandroids, they are coming out with the next generation of robots, and some of the robots are upset that they're going to be replaced by these man droids, which are supposed to be even more human-like. So I think there might be some kind of perhaps alliance between the old generation robots and the humans at some point. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm just kind of speculating at this time. The art in this is just wonderful. It kind of moves on. This is where we find out they're going to all change their names. So Razor Ball, they're going to change their names so they sound less scary to the general population of humans. So, for instance, Razor Ball, the family robot, is going to be renamed Snowball. And he doesn't like the name at all. And they kind of talk about this on this talk show, how all the robots are going to be renamed to names that are less aggressive sounding. So we've got this demonstration going on here. With these are the robots showing up this time. They have a user-unfriendly T-shirt on this one. Just kind of a lot of fun things, a lot of good ideas. Mark Russell really came up with some good stuff here. This is actually one of the favorite comics of mine that I'm currently reading. This along with Serial by Terry Moore. And I'm glad because I was loving Beta Ray Bill and Nottingham, and both of those have ended for now, at least the arcs for them. So it was good to have not all robots show up. Just look at this art. It's really kind of fun, very distinct. Welcome home, Snowball. They're welcoming him home to celebrate his new name. He just walks right past them, goes off to the garage. Just like he's kind of like it's kind of like an Al Bundy family almost. So it's good storytelling here. And at the end here, we see a human resistance starting to bubble up where they're going to talk about taking down some of these robots. So issue 3 here is the cover for it. Comes on sale October 20th. So it's going to be in a little while here, almost 6-7 weeks away. Welcome to the future, mankind. Your services are no longer needed. There you go. Recommend. Let's see what else we got coming out from Owl Upshot real quick. E.T. E.R. So I guess it's Alien Hospital in Space, maybe. That's coming out October 3rd. True Universal Healthcare. There you go. All right. Also, here's some scenes for Not All Robots. The interior art, you can see there's a riot, looks like breaking out against the robotic police department there. So we'll have to check that out for sure. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, an 8 issue. The issue number 5 goes on sale September 22nd. I liked the first issue. The second issue was disgusting. I gave it a not recommended, and I have been off it since. That is Garth Ennis on that book. Rob Williams coming with Out, a 5-issue series, and it looks like it has something to do with World War II and Nazis. War is hell. Say hello to the devil. So that might be kind of an interesting ride as well. And finally, they put out all the books that came out for September on the back here, including Not All Robots. Telepath, brand new. It's supposed to be I believe it's supposed to be a link to Upright or Resistance, the line J. Michael Straczynski's book, and Fight Girls, Moss, which we are reviewing on this channel, so I recommend. It's pretty interesting. We've dipped out of that one, and there's Resistance Uprising right there. So I think these are maybe linked in some way. Same writer at least. Okay, so there you have it. Let's go ahead. This is easy peasy. Bob's your uncle on this one. It gets the good excavating seal of approval given out only by Indie Comics Jones on this particular channel, except no substitutes. Thanks for stopping by and listening to this quick review. Please like, please share, please share. Please subscribe if you haven't, and feel free to leave comments as well. I'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.